Scoring a lacrosse game is easy and intuitive with iScore Lacrosse. On the home screen of the application, you will find 5 categories from which you can choose. Game Manager allows you to view and edit all past, present, and future games that have been entered into iScore. You can also discover games from the Sports Illustrated Play and League Athletics systems. Team Manager allows you to manually add teams or import them from the Sports Illustrated Play and League Athletics systems. Discovering teams will import your selected teams and associated rosters. Player Manager allows you to view, edit, add, delete, and merge players. You also have the ability to email a player's statistics right from the application. League Manager is used to group teams, games, and players so you can view their cumulative stats in different sets based on what your needs are. League Manager is most commonly used to designate seasons or tournaments in order to view their respective cumulative statistics. Options lets you configure application-wide settings and perform miscellaneous maintenance activities. From this category, you can view add-ons, enable broadcasting, data share, and export your data to our servers. After entering a category or going to a new page, you can navigate to the previous page by tapping the button in the top left corner of the screen. To begin using the application, it's best to start with adding teams. To do this, select Team Manager from the home screen, then tap Create New Team. Complete the form with your team's information. Please note that none of these fields are required. You can enter as little or as much information here as you would like. For the purposes of this tutorial, we will walk through entering each field. Begin by selecting Team Name, then enter the name using the keyboard. Next, enter your team's short name. Then, enter the coach's name. Select your team's color using the tool provided. You can color match by dragging or tapping the desired color, or enter the color code. When you have made your color selection, tap Done. Adding players via the team information page is the best option to save time during your initial setup. When you have created your team, you can then add players by selecting Roster. At the end of the Add Player row, you will see 2 options. Normal is selected by default. This option will allow you to select players that have already been added within the application, or create a new player. Quick will bring up a window that will only add the player's name and number. Instructions are provided within this window for voice and manual entry of this information. This tool is typically used for an opposing team's roster. After selecting Normal and Add Player, you will then be prompted to select an existing player or create a new player. For the purposes of this tutorial, we will be creating a new player. Please note, none of these fields are required. You can enter as little or as much information as you would like. For the purposes of this tutorial, we will walk through entering each field. Begin by selecting First Name, then enter the player's first name using the keyboard. Next, enter the player's last name and player number. Then tap Return to collapse the keyboard. Select the player's field position. Multiple positions can be selected for a single player. Simply tap each applicable position. Be aware that this window is scrollable and houses all potential lacrosse positions. Indicate whether or not the player is a starter. Yes is selected by default. Enter the player's height and weight, then indicate the player's shooting side. If you would like to add a picture for your player, tap the photo icon in the top left corner of the screen. You will then be able to take a new photo or select an existing photo from your device. When you have completed building your player, select Save in the top right corner of the screen. Neglecting to do this will not save any changes you have made to the player's information. You will now be brought back to the roster page where you can add more players or navigate back to the team information page. When your team has been built, select Save in the top right corner of the screen. If you do not tap Save, you will be prompted to save your team before navigating back to the Team Manager screen. Once you have added your teams and players to the application, you can now use them to create games. To create a game, go to Game Manager, then select Add Game in the top right corner of the screen. Tap Visitor Team, Then select the respective team. If the team does not exist, select Create New Team and complete as much information as desired. Next, tap Home Team and select the respective team. Again, if the team does not exist, select Create New Team and complete as much information as desired. Select the date and time of your game. If nothing has been entered into the game name prior to this point, the field will autofill based on the date and teams that have been selected. You can update this if preferred. To edit the game settings, select Game Settings. From this window, you can set the players per team, amount of periods, period length, and much more. Update these settings to exactly how your game will be played. This concludes our instructional video on getting started with iScore Lacrosse. Be sure to check out our video library for more information and help navigating through the application.